Hello everybody, Multiman37 back here with another review, this time of the deluxe Hikari Kyutama from Uchu Sentai Kyuranger. Now, I do have a few stuff from the newest Sentai, Kaito Sentai Lupin Ranger versus Keisat Sentai Pat Ranger. However, or Pato Ranger as I'm going to call it. However, I'm waiting on one more thing before I review the Versus Changer. And I'll explain that when I actually review the Versus Changer. Anyway, we'll take a look at the box and then the Kyutama. So here we have the box, pretty simple affair. This is obviously where it was. We got a picture of Taiyo Shishi Red and Shishi Red Moon. On this side, you have a moon logo. This side you have the sun. Bottom is a bunch of gibberish, but on the back is, of course, everything you're going to do. And it shows off the other 10 Kyurangers from Sasori Orange to Koguma Sky Blue. So there's that. And getting to it, here we have the Hikari Kyutama. Hikari means light. And this isn't based on any constellations. This is based on the sun and the moon. In fact, the design of this is supposed to look like an hourglass. Because, hourglasses have this a very similar shape, and flipping it over determines, how long you have and stuff, all that. Not many people, I think, pointed that out, but it does take the form of an hourglass. Which I do think is pretty clever. This is actually, so, here it is. For the sun side, we have this metallic red plastic with solar flares. A solar flare design, and on the base it says sun. Well, on this side it sort of has this perfectly smooth and rounded ring to kind of represent the moon as the moon is perfectly rounded with no flares coming out of it. And it says moon, and this part is done out in metallic yellow plastic. Now this is an electronic Kyutama. The back of it is completely black. You have the reset button, and it comes with 2 button cell batteries. And it's already on. Now when it's in sun mode, you hit the red button on top by itself to get the sun sound effects. And the sun part will light up. So it says Taiyo mode, which means solar mode. And then after that, it announces the 11 Kyurangers. And after that, it'll cycle back to... Now switching it over to the moon, we can hit the yellow button on top. and the moon will light up. And you'll notice it has a more moodier tone. Which also translates into how it pronounces the name of the Rangers. There. So, we will now use this in the Seiza Blaster. So we will remove the Shishi Kyutama and replace it with the Hikari Kyutama. Hold on. It's not working out. Raise the camera so you can see the whole damn thing. Alright. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Now to do the change. Again, push it forward. And rather than pull the trigger, we're going to push it forward again. And that allows Shishi Red to become Taiyo Shishi Red. Although this is kind of outdated because it was revealed that any Kyuranger can use that form. So, yeah. Now, the way that the whole transformation worked is this little button was depressed whenever you moved this forward, and then when I moved it again, it activated the transformation. You'll also notice that the sound effect for the traditional Seiza Blaster transformation was quieted down to allow this to play, which is very nice. Now, when we hit the button, we'll get... And then when we hold it down, we can do the finishing attack. Now, this does have its own pin combination, so you can do the other things like go and attack. And I'm only going to show go and attack because this acts like a skill Kyutama. And that's all for that. Now switching it over to Suki mode, and this has the exact same pin combination. So you'll get the same sound effects from the Seiza Blaster, but this will produce its own noise. Also, I'm going to turn off the Seiza Blaster for a moment. When you put in the Hikari Kyutama and just hit the button without doing the transformation, you'll get the generic sound effect for that mode. So let's switch it to Suki mode. Here it is. Do says a change. And this would allow Shishi Red to become Shishi Red Moon. Hitting the button once will get you. Then holding it down will get you the finisher. So there's that. One thing I do not like about this is that, this is still relevant to the traditional kyutamas. By the way, this is what it looks like next to a regular kyutama. If you want to start role-playing as a ranger and have the Seiza Blaster still turned on, if you start doing like punch, kicks, and maybe even using the Q, the weapon, and slashing, the G-force, I think, well, yeah, I guess the G-force. The G-force of you swinging your arm is going to trigger the Seiza Blaster. But for this, it's a lot more easy to do it. Now, with normal kyutamas, it's not that easy to do. With this, it's very easy to do because there's so much overhang from this kyutama that the weight of it can't be supported. Now, a traditional thing you could do for normal kyutamas is just to turn off the Seiza Blaster and then turn it on when you want to start, using it. But the problem with this is you can turn off the Seiza Blaster, but you cannot turn off the Hikari Kyutama, which is why I feel like this Kyutama should have had an on and off switch. Maybe somewhere on the side right here. And yeah, there's also moon crater design on this side over here. I forgot to mention that. So I think that was a poor design choice, but the next electronic Kyutama is a step up in the right direction, which I will review in the future. Okay, this does not want to come out. So overall, the Hikari Kyutama, while it does have its minor flaws, is still a fun little Kyutama to play around with. And I had a lot of fun playing around with this, honestly. So I definitely should suggest picking it up. It is worth it. So I will see you guys later. Take care.